I just want you. I just want you. The words I never said but wanted to. I'm losing you. I'm losing you. Oh, but these thoughts won't let you go. They keep running back to you.
These are the 1998 to 2000 new Flyer D60HFs, the second batch of articulated buses for New York City Transit. Now the fleet numbers that these buses range from are 5250 to 5509, with 5250 to 5251 being 1998 models, 5252 to 5271 being 1999 models, and 5272 to 5509 being 2000 models. So without further ado, we're going to hit the list of depots that received New York City Transit's second batch of articulated buses. So let's begin. So 5250 to 5284 along with 5310 to 5379 were delivered to Gun Hill Depot, while 5285 to 5294 along with 5380 to 5444 were delivered to Kingsbridge Depot. 5295 to 5309 along with 5445 to 5459 were delivered to the West Side Depot, present-day Michael J. Quill Depot. 5460 to 5485 were delivered to Gun Hill Depot, while 5486 to 5499 were delivered to Kingsbridge Depot. Last but not least, 5500 to 5509 were delivered to Michael J. Quill Depot. So these D60s were pretty much the same, but they were the higher ends version of the 1996 to 98 New Flyer D60HFs, with the exception of the newer flip-dot destination signs, as well as clogged inserts as opposed to heart seats. And these were the first D60s to not feature the Alcoa rims. But other than that, they were technically the same as the previous D60s. However, one unit in particular, being 5407, was a pretty unique unit because it was the only one to ever be delivered with a newer rear end design similar to the 2002 to 04 D60HFs. Now moving on to the powertrain. So these D60s signify the use of the Detroit Diesel Series 50 engine with the Allison B500R transmission. Together, they sound like this. Before moving on with this review, let's hear some thoughts and opinions about these D60s by my good friend Cedric, aka Vunerable Toyota. Take it away.
Hello, New York City Transit community, and welcome to my contribution to the 1998 through 2000 D60HFs. These D60s were the second set of new D60HFs to be copying the new millennium since 1998, and these were the first citywide diverse fleet of Arctics, first being with Max Stowa in Manhattan and the Bronx, and then by 2013 these were given to JFK and Far Rockaway depots to slowly start convert their routes, such as the Q10, Q7, Q52, and the Q6 to being articulated bus routes. Especially through the D60s that were never assigned to depots in Brooklyn, the Q35 was the only Brooklyn invasive route to run with the D60HFs, though I've never ridden these D60s. It was easy to see, especially during my years when working at the Freedom Tower for a year. Anywho, these buses were technically the best sets of classical 60-foots we had. These are still behind on excellence compared to the 2002 to 04 D60HFs, and those were among these newer D60s to have the orange LED illuminated signages. Overall, these D60s could make the best historical Arctic bus diversity amongst the newest D60s by the mid-2000s. In regards to this review, that I had officially made this review a year ago when it was another YouTuber's birthday. And so, this is the end of my contribution, and I'm taking you back, guys, to Brian at Sonic57053, and happy Thanksgiving.
So, as for these D60s, well, they were pretty much okay, and they were really decent, but nowhere as decent as the 1996 to 98 New Flyer D60HFs and the 2002 to 04 New Flyer D60HFs, with the exception of a few nitpicks from both passengers, drivers, and transit fans. But hey, what can you expect? In 2007, two units being 5347 and 5351 and a smaller portion of these D60s were sent to Baisley Park Depot at MTA Bus as a demonstrator, and once they were done being tested for passenger service on the Q111 and Q113, they were later sent back to New York City Transit. And by 2013, a good number of these units were later sent to JFK Depot to operate on the Q10 for a short while. On some rare occasions, they would even appear on the Q7, Q11, Q35, and Q52. With the arrival of the 2012 to 2013 Novabus LFSAs, they were assigned the fleet numbers 5253 to 5363, resulting in 27 of these D60s being renumbered into the 1000 series, not to be confused with the 1000 to 1109 series D60HFs, while some units were later renumbered into the 47 and 4800 series. For example, 5355, 5252, 5431, 5437, 5439, 5441, 5447, 5475, and 5500 were renumbered as 1000 to 1009. 5465, 5484, 5432, 5504, 5456, 5446, 5480, 5477, and 5494 were renumbered as 1011 to 1019. 5479, 5377, 5502, 5425, 5473, 5426, 5508, and 5433 were renumbered as 1020 to 1027. 5294 and 5 other units were renumbered into the 1300 series and were used as a supplemental fleet. Anyways, 5281, 5283, 5285, 5291, 5295, and 5296 were renumbered as 4704 to 4709. And last but not least, 5392, 5400, 5410, 5423, 5416, 5415, and 5418 were renumbered as 4800 to 4806. Whew, that is a lot of renumbering right there. Oh my goodness. Anyways, the renumbered D60s were later swapped out for newer D60s and were scattered throughout many depots between Manhattan and the Bronx. With the arrival of the 2014 to 2015 New Flyer XD60s, they were assigned the fleet numbers 5364 to 5438, resulting in many more of these D60s being renumbered into the 4800 series. As you can see, some of these D60s were later given the Luminator Horizon destination signs and white back paint scheme, while some remained with the original Luminator flip dot destination signs and black back paint schemes. By 2016, these D60s were slowly starting to fade away, and by 2017, they were all gone and were completely wiped out, with 0 units being lucky enough to even be preserved for the museum fleet. But that's just how it goes. So as for these D60s, these buses are gone, but will most certainly never be forgotten, and will always be remembered as New York City Transit's second batch of articulated buses. So with that being said, this is Sonic 57053, wishing you guys to stay safe, stay healthy, happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for watching.
And I'm bleeding words, they escape me, the recoil it hurts. And I can't look the other way, I'm chasing starlight to find it's died away. Breathe it in, it's just